there is a place where the disc golfer can travel to and will find a paradise. A place with rolling hills, trimmed grass, and rippling water. Some will travel here for that chance to compete and be crowned with glory, to be called champion. And at the same time, rejuvenate themselves with community, family, and friends. A place where everyone can make memories that will last a lifetime. Here, that disc golfer can find everything they need to make their dreams come true. So join us and experience an event like you've never seen before. We look forward to seeing you at the St. Louis Open. Hello and welcome to Crew 42's coverage of the 2025 St. Louis Open, sponsored by MVP Disc Sports. This is our MPO Feature Card at Logan University here in Chesterfield, Missouri. My name is Zach O'Haron, and on the commentator's mic with me again, I have Mr. Frank Smith. How are we doing?
I'm doing well. How are you, Zach?
I'm doing great. It's an awesome tournament. We were here last year as well. If you haven't already, consider liking, subscribing. Huge shout out to the major supporters and sponsors of this event. Without local community support, these types of events just can't happen. So we appreciate that, especially Logan University, who has a fantastic course for us here in round one. And we have a fantastic card. GT Hancock, Aidan Scott, Taylor Thomas, and Jonathan Borzick. What stands out to you right off the rip here with our feature card?
A bunch of A-tier shredders. I know that Jonathan has a few under his belt this year. I would imagine Aidan has a couple. I don't follow him quite as close. He's got one.
This event last year.
This event last year. And, I mean, everyone knows GT. So, yeah. Who's the last guy?
He's a local guy.
Taylor,
yep.
Taylor.
And he's been on coverage in other channels in the years past, and so he's comfortable. He's been in the area.
Okay.
Hole 1, it's par 4, 576. You really need your first tee shot just to be in the initial opening. From there, you have a fairly tight kind of corridor you need to navigate in order to get yourself into the green. I really like this play from GT. Something straight, slower speed, mid-range, maybe even a putter from him here. This is going to drift right into that perfect landing zone. I don't know whose disc that is in the rocks. Someone left that there.
Okay.
It got returned. I think the person picked it up in round 2, but that's not ours. I promise. We didn't miss a shot.
Okay.
This is the other play you can do. Really high spike over the top. You got to get over those last trees here. You get in the same zone, though. For you personally, Frank, are you looking to go use your power? Because you have a big backhand. Are you going to use your power there, or are you going to try to go for that straight shot, maybe more straighter?
I'm throwing something right up the gut. I've got a pretty straight zone that I throw regularly, and that would probably toss it up the gut, leave myself another upshot.
I will say, too, if I had a choice of leaning a little left or right, and you don't want to be really far left and right because then you're really pinched. I would say you want to be a little farther left with the backhand because you can still swing a backhand pretty easily. I think the forehand pinches with those bushes on the left, which we're going to see here from Taylor.
You went forehand off the tee, forehand approach.
I think he grip locked that one a little
think
bit.
You're exactly right. That's a little pinched on that right side. Whereas these guys are all they have their options throwing right down the gut. I mean, as you can see with GT's approach, it's not a super easy tunnel, but I like this from Aidan, a standstill forehand. I think one of the big things about this approach for a lot of these pros is that they're not trying to put it under the bucket, even though Aidan did that well. They're trying to just give themselves a putt.
Right.
And I see a little bit of a pinched mouth there and into the green.
There's a lot on this hole, too. It's hard to talk about it all in one little swoop, but there's water right there in front of John. And so you can't push it too far into the mouth because you put OB right there. And then just to the left of the basket where you see that little rock formation, that's actually concrete because there's a drainage hole right there full of water as well. So you do, as you said, you'd like to park it, but really just keeping it clean and safe.
Right.
Staff have done an amazing job on this course. Fresh wood chips. So it's not too wet, right? It's really easy place. You can expect reasonable ground action as Taylor tries to take my feet out from under me. You just really want to use all of those to your advantage. And he is going to be putting, I think, that for his 4th or 5th.
I think that's his
it's 5th, yeah, because of the first pitch. And GT is struggling as well as he heads over towards that water. And once you get off the fairway here, it's not always easy to get out.
What a putt.
Not how we drew it up, but we'll take the par.
Yeah, 4 doesn't seem too bad on this hole.
Yeah, Aidan, the reigning defender, able to make card. GT, one of the, I would say, favorites. Just his consistency all year.
Yep.
He's a dominant shredder. And honestly, I feel like Jon, everyone who plays with him knows he's a threat. And it feels like he's an unknown name to everyone else. So it's a little disrespected almost, but he's you mentioned it. He's won 3 ATRs in a row this year.
Yeah, in a row.
In a row.
Yeah.
Ending at River City. And so and in contention at everything. So he's definitely a threat. Our card is looking to attack hole 2 downhill. There's a creek behind it that is OB. There's a fence on the right that's OB as well. Just don't go right. You can go over the creek.
You might have jinxed him. Ooh, a good bush kick left.
And that is a long putt to the basket you do not want to have. I would argue that the front 9 here, if you can get 5, 6 down, you're probably in a really good spot.
Okay.
I think 12 down is like you're really pushing the pace.
Yep, double digits.
Yeah, 10 down is really, really good. Like that's you're in the mix. 12, 13 down, you're just shredding. You're just actually trying to separate yourself a little bit. And I think the front stretch here, because hole 1 can be tricky, but if you get a good drive, you're good. Hole 2 and hole 3 are very birdieable. Hole 4 is very birdieable. Hole 5 is very birdieable. So you really want to pick up birdies early. And right now, our card is leaving everything short.
Yeah. One thing that's interesting about throwing downhill is you actually pick up the pace of the disc a lot quicker because of gravity. And so a lot of these guys are throwing their stable discs, but because of how fast it's moving due to the downhill nature, they actually don't move quite as stable as they typically would. Yeah. So I think that's why a lot of those backhands drifted over a little far. Interested to see Jon's forehand result. I mean, resulted in a birdie. Can't complain, right? And
he has been putting a ton of work on his putting stroke this year. One thing I have noticed a lot from even earlier this year to now, how much better his putting stroke is. And this is why GT might be one of the favorites at an event like this, because he's dangerous at any point. 2 big putts for him to start the round. He deserves a little fist bump there from Jon. Couple cleanups here now from Taylor and from Aidan. And that's going to move us now over to hole 3. As I mentioned, this is really the stretch that if you stay clean, you can go 5 through 5 through this. You can really set yourself on a pace. This one is more of just a tight corner at 308. You just got to get where you see the drone is right now. You got to get a hook to the right. I think if you're hooking extra stable to the right of the tree that the drone's swinging around right now, it's fine. You just need to get into the circle one. This one you have to get into circle. It's really manageable. Last year, the pin was in the long position, so it was a par 4 that was really short, and the hill is unreasonably difficult on the long pin position, so they shortened this one up, made it a must-get birdie, and Jon says, I'll take my birdie and move on, please.
Yep. It's that fresh mulch.
It is. I'm a sucker for fresh mulch.
Oh, yeah.
This looks really good, too. Hung up a little early for GT.
Now, Zach, I want to hear your opinion on something. That big tree is blocking just about every chance you can have at acing. I mean, obviously, Jon was close. But what's your thoughts on a big guardian tree like this that's almost a little luck-based?
I don't think this tree specifically is luck-based. I think that it's far enough up the hill where good shots are not going to get hard punished. So we see Taylor here skip around it. It's just a good shot. You just got to miss that tree, and you earn yourself a putt. I don't mind if it blocks the ace run, because aces, if I'm going to be honest, aces by players at this level are bad shots that get lucky.
Definitely.
99% of the time. This one is a little more manageable because you're playing uphill and you're playing for skips. So this one's a little more calculated if you got it. But really, like, blocking the ace isn't a big deal, but giving that little extra layer right around circle 2 so that you punish that shot that didn't quite get around the corner without just hitting everything. If it was a bush, I would hate it. because it would catch everything. But because it's a good chunk of tree and it doesn't catch a whole lot, just a few, I like it. Hole 4, though, this one we have to be careful on because you know how I said I don't like bushes? The basket's kind of guarded by the overhang here.
Oh, man.
Oh, yeah. And again, I'm going to give a shout out all of that to the tournament staff here. One thing that's really common is fishing at this little point of water. And so sometimes there are dangling fishing lines over that right side of the...
Interesting.
So, again, they've done a great job. They went out, they clipped them all to make sure there was nothing dangling so your disc doesn't magically flop mid-flight. They did an amazing job getting the course ready. Logan University does an immaculate job keeping the property beautiful. And you can see here, Aidan is taking the inside gap because if you get under the branches, you get yourself a birdie.
He has a combined total of 4 feet of putting in the last 2 holes.
Well, if you don't have to putt, why would you?
Yeah, that's my motto, if you didn't know. That is my motto.
Taylor taking the more traditional, safer route, which is higher and spike hyzer. And then that gives you usually a circle 2 putt if you're going deep. And if you end up going early, you run the risk of maybe getting knocked down into the water, but usually requires a roll.
So an interesting thing about this tee shot specifically is when you're throwing a right-hand backhand or a lefty forehand, the disc is spinning opposite of the green when it comes in here. So if you hit the tree or if you hit the ground on too much of a hyzer, that disc is rolling away from where it lands. And so that tree, for a lot of guys throwing hyzer, if you hit that, it's going to drop the disc with some backspin leading straight to the water. And so I like that low line better. I think that'd be a lot safer of a result. I mean, it works, right? Aidan's parked and looking like he's going to take a stroke on the entire card.
Right, and honestly, GT may be a little lucky there because I think that if he had airballed that putt a little higher, he'd be sailing towards the water.
Definitely.
But 3 putts, honestly, good efforts, all off the top of the band, which this basket doesn't have one, but it somehow hits the band 3 times. And we're going to have 3 pars and 1 birdie as we transition to hole 5. This is, I think, the shortest, one of the shortest holes in the course. I think it's the shortest. I don't know that for certain. Last year, it played as too easy. I love TDs that make adjustments and, do things to add scoring separation. They added a hazard island. It's all roughly circle's edge. The backside's a little closer than the front side. You just have to get around that first layer of trees, get yourself into the circle, and make a putt. Should be a birdie for all of these guys. And this one looks really good from Aidan. And
wouldn't that have been sweet?
I mean, I'll always take an ace.
Here is where I would say is an exception to the ace shot being bad. Because, yes, I agree. Typically, when a pro or someone at this level aces, it's not a good shot.
Yeah,
but this shot specifically, every single one of these guys should be playing for a little skip, a little hop at the end. And by doing that, you do bring the basket into play.
Sure.
And you also bring the hazard into play. So I think this case, an ace is okay. And wouldn't that have been sweet if that just went in?
You queued it up too. I was just letting you be in your world.
Yeah, that would have been so sweet. Sorry, GT. That is unfortunately in the hazard as well.
He's sitting right on top of Taylor's disc, and we see Jon with his first real missed putt.
So, Zach, I've seen these baskets before, but I don't know what they are. Who makes these baskets?
I think it's Nope. I was about to say gatekeeper.
Oh.
Unfortunate not gaining a stroke on the card here for Aidan. I want to say Gateway.
Gateway? Are they the old Titans? Is that what they are?
I think so. Okay. I am not the best basket guy. I won't lie. But you know how the first 5 are all very gettable. They're also relatively short. We got a big bomber here now. Hole 6, par 5. It is very, and I cannot stress this word enough, very uphill. Okay. Your drive into that first spot where the drone kind of slowed down, that's where you want to go. Second shot, short of this corner, you want to push as much as you can without going OB. Then you want to hook around here and for the final approach over this little drainage ravine and get yourself in a circle. That's the birdie play. Wow. This is eagleable.
Okay.
It requires an enormous enormous first shot.
Okay.
And then the second shot has to be high spike hyzer around the corner. And I mean, you have to have every bit of power. If I'm just looking at this card, judgment, right? While I'm walking by this card and I'm going to say who has the best shot at that, I'd say Aidan and GT do.
Okay.
Aidan's shot comes up too short, though.
He's out of it.
Yeah, he skims the grass. If he goes for it, he's probably putting himself in a pinched position, so he's probably going to lay up.
Okay.
And like the farther left you go, left and according to the tee at least, where Jon's landing, you're taking the next shot out almost completely because you have to go so high and swing so much you can't get to the basket. So and I don't think Jon's going for this. I think Jon's playing for the birdie.
Okay.
And he's going to just pitch up to the corner. He actually opens up a forehand if he wants it from that far left. This is the kind of rep you need if you want to go to the green. And he needs maybe a little help. That's okay. It's a little shorter than what he wants.
Okay. Looking at about 450 hyzer.
All uphill.
All uphill. Just a putter or a mid here from Aidan. This looks a little straight, but with the uphill, not going to get to the road.
Yeah, it's a backstop. You can't sky it. That's the miss. And I really like this play from Taylor. He's got a really capable forehand, which spikes into the hill, which lets him actually push the corner a little harder.
Great.
And if you get closer to that corner, it makes it much easier on the approach because you can start seeing the green.
Yep. And this forehand's not going to skip. It's just going to hit the ground. The only question comes into play with the roll. But if you land as short as Jon did there, you're not pushing that sharp slope that could roll away.
I don't think I've ever seen a roll on that hill.
Okay.
Ever. I think GT is going for the corner here, but this is too inside.
Very inside.
And you can't see it, and I'm not going to send my cameraman down there. It is sheer drop. It's like the drainage place of the campus. So it's all abysmal down there.
This looks a little... Okay, I take that back. That looks a little perfect.
It's okay. It's your first time at this course, Frank.
Yeah. I've never played here. I've never seen this before. I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving it.
I'm trying to sell you on coming next year. I want to present, the Frank Smith and defending champion battle on Crew 42 round 2 and 3.
I would love it.
I'm convinced you. So far, I think I'm winning.
Okay.
So far, all these approaches playing for birdie are doing exactly that. GT has enough experience here, I think, to know that you can still scramble out of this. You can see him kind of through the trees there. It's just a high demand shot, and you got to get a little lucky sometimes.
Okay. I see down there, it doesn't look awful. Maybe GT's just in a good spot, but I think getting around that corner would be brutal. And
he has not escaped the woods yet.
It does not look like it came all the way out.
And that's really the thing you got to just... If you get close enough to the edge where you can pitch from here and save the par, that's fine. But he is still 15 feet in, and he is going to be forced to come with, it looks like a roller.
Oh, my. That's...
Get off the road.
Oh, man.
Okay.
So he's got a putt. He's got a 60-footer for par.
Which is not what you want.
No.
On a hole where... I mean, it says par 5, and I think the birdie is very... Get in there. Oh. I think it's very gettable for the birdie.
Definitely.
The eagle is strokes on everyone.
Yeah.
It just is. Did anyone birdie or eagle this?
We actually do have one eagle. Shout out Gavin Brand.
Okay.
With the eagle.
Big fan. I'm wondering if it's a tap, because it's either a tap in or a throw in.
Yeah,
it
didn't have stats on
never anything in between.
That's awesome, though.
Yeah,
shout
congrats
out Gavin.
to him. Okay, we're going to get into another hole that's birdieable. So, and because the last hole is par 5, really we can birdie these first 7, I guess. This is a par 3, another short hole, 250. Really, the thing that you have to be wary of is the narrowness of the gap that the drone just went through. It's uphill, so you can throw it actually a little higher. It kind of opens up, feathers a little bit with the branches. You just want to get a basket high, get it into the circle, and get yourself a putt. If you miss left or right is where you get yourself super short. And Aidan is just going to play Plinko and be by the basket.
Yep. Back in that 12-foot range. Maybe redeem himself from back on hole 5.
Just a momentary lapse in judgment.
Yep. Little nerves. Understandable.
I like this little bit of hyzer. I don't think that hyzer did enough to what Jon wanted, but it worked out. Gives himself a putt here. And the closer you are, the better. There's a lot of close trees to the basket.
Yep.
And now that you put me on the spot a few holes ago...
If we were playing Ace Race, That'd be points.
Would it?
Yeah. I mean,
Pole?
depending on what you play.
Oh, okay. Go.
I've always played pole 1,
Okay.
cage in top 2, chains 3, ace 5.
Oh, interesting.
So if you're an ace race fiend, that's awesome.
That would have been cool to go in ricochet. So let me send a question back to you.
Okay.
Okay. You have a lot of trees within 5 feet of this basket.
Mm-hmm.
Fan or not a fan on a short hole like this?
I am a fan on a short hole because it's
Okay.
less luck. You hit your line and
Yep.
you're good.
Speed control.
You put this out at 380, 400, 420. I'm less of a fan because you're throwing a higher speed driver, a higher speed disc. You come in contact with those trees, the roll away becomes so much more prevalent.
Sure.
So I don't love it on a long hole, but a short hole like that, I think it's doable.
Okay. Hole 8. This is the first bonus birdie hole in my opinion. It just is. The drone's going to take a dog leg right here. And the open field, the tee shot isn't the hard part. It's when you get into this area, you got to somehow penetrate into this downhill slope into a slanted green. There's a front opening and a back opening. I think if you're pushing your disc, so you're driving a lower forehand, you're wanting to go in the front gap, early front gap to stay under the branches. If you're trying to throw high like Aidan is, you're trying to aim almost for the
Landing
second
zone.
gap. Yeah, because that is more protected than people think. Aidan hit the very last one. That's about as close to perfection you can throw that gap, and he still has a 50-footer downhill death putt. And it's only death because it's straight downhill past the basket. A missed air putt is horrible, and that's the deep gap that Jon just went for, and it's a little too far for that one, short by 10 feet, and he'd be giving himself a really good birdie opportunity.
Just looking at this hole makes me not like it. I'm going to be honest.
Aw.
And I'm going to explain why I don't like this hole.
Okay.
First things first, blind tee shot.
Oh, I love blind tee shots.
Okay, I don't mind blind tee shots.
Okay.
But when you bring such elevation into a blind tee shot, it plays to the person who's practiced the hole the most.
Sure.
So this really plays to locals, people who are regulars out here, or people who've played the event before. If I practiced this course once, I'd have a lot less experience on this hole. Also, that guardian mouth is very lucky. All these little trees make it very difficult for a great upshot. By the way.
I was just saying, did we just see him throw
awesome.
a little scoot hammer? That's
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah, but all these little trees make it very lucky to get another upside down disc. What is going on?
Well, they don't want the rolls.
I respect it.
He's
Yeah, I
thinking
respect
about it.
Yeah, here we have Aidan. This is a great tee shot, and he's looking at that.
That's a tough putt.
Yeah, and that's why I don't love the hole. I think if you cleared a little bit more in the mouth, you'd make the skip more dangerous. That's an incredible birdie, by the way.
I love how you've not seen this. You haven't heard anything, and you're just like, the guy who's more local will have an advantage, and he birdies
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly. So, man, you cut a few trees down, and you make the ground play so much more effective, rather than, hey, you threw a good shot, now you're sitting at 60 feet, and now the ground play is part of it.
Okay.
You know, I'd rather have the tee, off the tee, be more,
Okay.
in play.
As a putter, I don't care what the green looks like. I'm gonna try to make it. Hey, you know how we just talked about blind tee shots?
Yep.
The drone's gonna take a path that
Okay.
90% of the players with any power won't take.
Oh,
because there's
okay.
2 paths. We're gonna take the drone path, which is the what I'll call intended noodle arm path.
Okay.
You throw a backhand into this mouth because
Yep.
it's a par 4. It's not
Yep.
very big, 427, and very downhill. Then you make a turn. It's down this hill. You pick a gap. You got to, again, very angled green.
Yeah.
You got to control the distance. Upside down shots are very popular.
Yep.
If you have the power, you go spike hyzer over the
Yeah.
top, and you give yourself a putt as long as you don't swing it out too
Just
far right.
Plinko.
So Taylor says, I don't have that power. I'm not going to pretend like I do. It's just going to pitch it up top of the hill, try to get the birdie. This is a very difficult approach from that spot,
Yeah,
too.
it looks like it.
The other 3 guys
They're
all are
big.
going to want to try to go over the top.
It's just a poke and pray.
I would argue that it's not as poke and pray as it looks.
Okay.
Because you can see here.
Okay, there's a mouth right there.
Yeah, there's an opening, a fair opening, I would say, going into the basket.
Yep.
So if you throw the 450 spike hyzer, you'll actually trickle into the mouth towards the basket reasonably. This one's a little low from Jon, but might be good enough. We're going to have to see if the catch gets it. Oh,
Oh, yeah, parked.
that would have been a crazy
That
ace.
would have been a crazy ace.
GT has plenty of power, has been a little slow on this front 9. He's been hoping to shoot a little lower.
This looks too low.
That is
not good.
And he's now pinched to the mouth anyway. He's going to have to lay up. And
this is not good. Yeah, he's throwing like 90 degrees from the basket, right?
He's throwing away from the basket.
Yeah, it's not towards the basket
and
at
he's
all.
now deep left of the gap, so now he's scrambling further.
And this is just an absolute crapshoot.
I don't know if I love that run from Taylor there.
No, I don't either.
But if he makes the putt, then I'm just a silly cotton-headed ninny muggins.
That's believe it or not, I was thinking the same thing.
Here's GT and
this is not good.
And things
that is a scary putt.
Yeah, it is starting to snowball for GT here. He needs to make this putt or keep it under the basket and mitigate to a bogey or worse.
Oh boy.
And
that's gone.
Yeah, that's a circle's edge, circle 2 putt coming back.
Yep, uphill.
Am I cotton-headed ninny muggins?
That.
No, I'm
Sit.
not. I'm not. I didn't want to be.
We haven't. Aidan and Jon have not thrown yet.
Correct. We haven't even gotten to them yet.
We're already at par for both the other guys. And
bogey for GT. And on a front 9 where you're looking to shoot 5 or 6, him being even is putting him behind the pace.
This is not great. Aidan, great stepper.
Fantastic putt.
Inch
Did
above
you
cage,
know
bang.
that the glasses he wears are medical?
Really?
Yeah, so he had
shout out
something in his eye. I want to say tumor, but I don't want to use that word necessarily because I don't know that he had removed, and now he needs to wear the glasses to protect his vision, which I did not know. I just thought he was cool all the time.
He is cool.
He is, but I'm just like, I thought that was a fashion statement. Apparently, it's functional too.
Well, quick shout out, Hole 9 Eagles, Joe Hagan and Peyton Mergen.
Sure.
Alongside of Aidan and Jon.
Oh, congratulations.
So,
and
guys.
Hey, we have 2 guys setting a blistering pace right now and a back 9 to still get to. Let's get to that.
Sounds like a plan. We'll see you over there.